Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. Let's talk about the best makeup that I tried this year. I actually keep a list of every single thing that I tried. It's several pages. There are 258 products on this list, and they have been highlighted as the best and the worst. I have marked on here what I was sent in PR, what I purchased myself, items that got returned. If you want to see the worst items I tried in 2025, I will link it for you here as well as a description box down below. But I have already done the worst. Let's talk about the best. Now, keep in mind that these are my personal preferences. We may have different tastes when it comes to makeup. These are the ones that worked the best for me. I'm nearly 51 years old. I'm dealing with a lot of dryness underneath my eyes. This winter, my skin is struggling to stay kind of hydrated and balanced, and certain products aren't sitting on my skin the way they used to. Even compared to this time last year, things are different. I'm also in the midst of perimenopause, so everything is changing regularly for me. Keep those things in mind as we talk about what I found to be the best. I have 3 foundations and 4 concealers for you. This is really less a foundation and more of a skin tint, but I fell in love with this. This is from Make Beauty. They sent me this, and I am so glad. I had never tried this before. I remember trying their line many, many years ago where I was going through and seeing what I liked. And the one thing I never picked up was this. This is the Diffusion Dew. This is one of the loveliest kind of skin tints that you can find on the market. It sits beautifully on the skin. This is the lightest shade in Alabaster. And it is beautiful and glowy, hydrating, but it looks like your skin. It is lovely. Now, some people mention that they can notice that there are little bits of mica suspended in this. I don't notice that myself on my skin, but if that is of concern to you, keep that in mind. To me, this is a beautiful, lovely, skin-like product that goes on, very lightweight. It's hydrating. It makes my skin look like a better version of itself, and it very easily tones down redness, discoloration. It just looks like my skin, but better. That's what I like about it. I love it so much. You can see I've been burning through this. I've had it for maybe 3 months now, and she's been getting a lot of use. Along with that, I will say I really like their Skin Mimetic Concealer from Make. This is beautiful. Another one that is great, especially for my drier under eyes. The older I get, the drier my under eyes get. Both of these are in the lightest shade in Fair. But this does a great job of concealing without being heavy. If you're looking for something that is hydrating, that is lightweight, but is still going to get the job done, this is beautiful. I really like the way that both of these products from Make work, and they are great together or all on their own. Because before I had the Diffusion Dew, I would use this everywhere on my face like foundation. Works great that way too. Another non-foundation product. It's from RMS. This is their Sun Cover Up Skin Tint. This is what I'm wearing on my face today. I am wearing the shade Alabaster. It's the lightest shade there is. This is beautiful. It's extremely hydrating. It does a little bit better job of covering up like the sun damage that I have on my face. This has a really pretty glow to it, and the glow is not a reflective glow. It's not a shiny glow. It looks like a hydrated glow. It is beautiful on the face. This also has SPF 50 in it. Now, if you were to use this as the only source of SPF, you'd want to use a 1/4 teaspoon. I feel like that's a lot. But what I normally do is put down my dedicated SPF and then put this over the top as an additional layer. And I'm not using a 1/4 teaspoon of it. I'm just using 1 pump because 1 pump gives me the coverage that I have on my face today, which is just enough, not too much, and it looks hydrated and beautiful everywhere. This is one of those that was gifted to me as well, and I really, really like. It is a little bit more coverage than the Make. It has a little bit more of like a medium coverage to it, but it still looks like skin and it is still very lovely. Last foundation I have for you, I really have been enjoying. It's from Natasha Denona. It's the High Glam Foundation. I have the shade N1. This is one of those that when you put it on, like all the freckles on the back of my hand go away. There is nothing left. It's like, goodbye. It really is much more of a foundation, whereas the RMS and the Make are definitely more skin tints. If you're looking for something that's going to sit well on mature skin, that is going to look hydrating but not too heavy, this works best for me when I go in with a damp beauty sponge. So damp beauty sponge, and then pounds over the top of it. It picks up any excess that I have down. I've done it with a brush before, but I feel like a brush leaves too much behind, whereas the sponge does absorb a little bit of it, and it keeps it kind of more in that medium coverage range that I prefer. If you want something closer to full coverage, you could use a brush or your fingers and get much more coverage out of this. I would say it's medium full. But for me, I tend to wear it more medium coverage because I like my skin to look like my skin. This is one of those that takes a while to set. If you give it a good 10 minutes though, it's really, really lovely. I don't feel that I have to set my whole face when I wear this. Some products, if I don't set my whole face, they'll disappear. And I don't always like to set my entire face with powder. This is one where you can set strategically, like under the eyes or in your problem areas, like maybe you have dynamic wrinkle lines in your forehead and you need something there, or marionette lines. For me, I powder my T-zone and under my eyes, and then this sets on its own on the rest of my face, and it looks really, really beautiful. I like the way that it wears. I like that it doesn't settle into my fine lines. I like that it lasts all day long, and it still looks like my skin, but that's because I'm putting it on with the damp sponge. Probably my most used and favorite concealer this year is from Creal. Now, I know this debuted last year and I didn't try it until the Sephora sale in the spring, and then I couldn't put it down. So this is the Face Flex. I have both shades 0.5 and 1.0. I use them both now that temperatures have gotten cooler and my skin is not quite as toasty as it was this summer. Not that I ever tan, but I do get just a little bit darker in the summertime. I'm able to use 0.5, but these are beautiful. I use this one the most. You can see it's like down to here. This is the original one I had in 1.0. This is one of the best concealers for mature skin out there. I know she's expensive, but I think it's worth it. It's one of those products that I've used in so many ways. I've mixed it with a serum and turned it into a skin tint. I've used it just as concealer. I've spread it over the face and used it as foundation. This is one of those products that also does not settle into my fine lines under my eyes. I can't say that about every concealer out there. When I wear it as foundation, it doesn't make my dynamic facial lines like up here look any more aggressive. It just looks beautiful on the skin. This is one of those, I'm so glad I have two shades. So I have one for warmer weather, one for cooler weather, but either way, you can't go wrong with this. This is absolutely stunning. Last concealer that I think is really, really great, and I think you would like as well, is from Estee Lauder. This is the Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer. This was new this year. Okay, this is what you're looking for if you want full coverage. This is in the shade 0.5N. When I bought it, it was the lightest shade. That may not be anymore, but here it is spread out. Do you see how full coverage it is? Whatever little spots I had underneath there, they're gone. This is good at like getting rid of everything. The other thing I like about this is that I don't find it settles in my fine lines, but it is a little bit on the less hydrating side. If you're looking for something that's hydrating, I would say go Creal or go Make. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more matte because you don't need the hydration and you want something that's going to stay all day, and still look good underneath your eyes because, like me, you have fine lines, I think you'd really like this Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer. It's actually really, really lovely. It wears beautifully all day long, gives you full coverage, and is just surprising. It really knocked my socks off. I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I do. Last concealer I have for you was new this year from Lisa Eldridge. This is the Pinpoint Concealer. I love this thing. I have a huge dark circle that's right in this area. I mean, if you really look for it, you might be able to see it. But on average, it's like, boop, right there. When I take the time to use this concealer over the top, goodbye. Like you can't tell. It's not the first thing you see when I turn my face, because normally, you know, blush, 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 boop, and my dark spot. And I know where it is, but I can't see it right now, and that makes me happy. And that's because of this little beauty. So this is a fantastic little pinpoint concealer where if you just put like a little bit down, like right here, and then tap over it, you can hide what you have going on underneath. This is hard to do unless I'm actually looking in a mirror while doing it, but it does a really great job of minimizing, you know, like some of these spots that you have where you don't want something. Or if you have really dark tear troughs, like just the shadow of the tear trough, I have a little bit of it there today as well. I really, really like this concealer. I know she's expensive. Some people say it's more expensive per ounce than gold. But honestly, if something else could solve my problem that this does at a lower price point, I'd be on it. But I haven't found anything. Could there be something else out there? Yeah, but I like the ease of it being in a pencil. I like the ease of having a sharpener on the other end and just being able to scribble and then tap my finger over it and my problem is gone. That for me, it solves so many problems so quickly. The ease of use for this makes it worth the 30 some odd dollars. I think it's like $32 last time I bought one. Yeah, totally worth it. The only powder that I fell in love with this year, and I would recommend to you wholeheartedly, is from Givenchy. This is their Prism Libre 4-color pressed powder. I have the lightest shade in Mousseline Pastel. It's got the blue, the green, the lavender, and the white. It's what I'm wearing today. I do want to get the Voile Rosé, which I think is 03. This one is 01. But I really love this powder. This powder, I'm about to hit pan right in the middle, I can tell. But this powder does something that other powders were not able to do, which is to blur, to set, to color correct, and to not look heavy on the skin. The older I get, the more concerned I am with powders sitting in an unfortunate way underneath my eye. I don't think that this does that. I really, really, really like this, and I think she's worth the dollars. Tried quite a few bronzers this year. My favorite one was from Queen Musia. This is one that was sent to me. This is their Voyage Nostalgique, and this is in the shade the Klimt Gold. It's what I have on today. It is a little on the rosy side, but it's so pretty. There is a subtle, oh so subtle, like almost not there, shimmer to this. I mean, you're really not going to see it. It's going to look more like natural skin as opposed to looking like they're shimmering your bronzer, because sometimes bronzers get too shimmery and it looks like a highlighter bronzer. Not this. This looks like a beautiful, slightly a matte verging on satin. That's what it is. It's like a matte powder that verges on satin, so it looks like your skin. It doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look powdery. It sits beautifully. It wears beautifully. I really, really like this formula. Also a really big fan of the blushes from Queen Musia. I really, really like these. I'm wearing a combo of both of these shades today. This one here is Pale Fire. This is the one that I love for cooler weather. It's beautiful. It's a really nice kind of warm, roasty red. And this is Portrait of an Artist. I couldn't stop wearing this summer. I wore it all the time. It's the most beautiful, like really punchy coral. But I have both of these on the cheeks today, and I feel like they create such a beautiful look. I really, really like this formula. What's great about this formula is that, can you see that there's a subtle sheen to these? They're not a flat matte. That's what I like most about these. Same with the bronzer, but I feel like it's a little bit more evident with the blush, where the blush is not a flat matte. It has a little bit of a satin lean to it, but not so much so that you look like you're wearing a shiny blush. It's just enough so that it looks like your skin, but flushed. It's absolutely beautiful. Another blush that I fell in love with this year is this one from Ilia. This is the Soft Focus Blurring Blush, and I picked up another bright shade. This is called Pulse. So this one is very lovely. If you like, again, another one that has a subtle shine to it, you can see it there on the finger. I love the bright tangerine shade of this. This wore all day like a camp this wore all day. But it also gives a little bit of a skin-like quality. It doesn't look dry, it doesn't look powdery. It lasts all day long. I really, really like this. Texturally, it looked nice on my skin. It didn't look heavy, it didn't look powdery, it didn't look unfortunate. I really, really liked it. Another one of the blushes that I fell in love with this year was from Phytosurgence. This is the Skin Spark Cream Blush, and I finally picked up a couple of these, and this shade here in Condensate is one that I could not stop reaching for. It's like the perfect muted kind of grayish mauve, and it is, for someone with fair skin, like the perfect cool toned blush. It's great because when it sets down, it doesn't move. It's so beautiful, but it's not too much. It is very much I want to look a little bit pulled together, but I hardly want to look like I'm wearing anything at all. If that's what you're going for, I think you'd really like this. I really like the formula of the Skin Spark cream blush, but for me, this shade in Condensate was just perfection. All right, let's talk about highlighter. One of the highlighters I fell in love with this year is this. It's the L'Oreal Lumila Glass. This is one of those super surprising drugstore finds that I absolutely love. Do you see how shiny she is? Oh, it's so beautiful. Now you can blend it in. That was me just scribbling on the back of my hand. But when you blend it in, it gives such a beautiful hydrated look. It's like a drink of water for your skin. I like how shiny it is. It's beautiful. It's lovely. They do have a glow version of this. I like the glass version the best. This really reminds me of my favorite highlighter from Chanel, the Chanel Balm Essential, which is $48. I think this is like what, 12 or 14? Yeah, very, very similar. Guess who I would definitely recommend first over the Chanel, even though I love the Chanel. I have 3 of the Chanel bombs, but this right here, yeah, totally worth it. Here's one that I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that Jones Road will come out with in 2026. And this is called the Illuminator. This was part of a set. And as of right now, it's not available on the website. But I'm hoping that they debuted this new item that they're going to bring out as singles in 2026. And this Illuminator right here is in the shade Baby Pink. And this is one of the loveliest highlights. I mean, do I need more highlight? No, but I'm just going to tap a little bit of it on. It's so pretty. I like that it works well. I'm wearing powder products today, but this works well over powder, works well with creams and liquids. It kind of plays well with everything. Like I had my whole face set today, and I'm not worried that this is going to pick up or ruin anything I have down. I really like that about it, and I really like the youthful glow that it gives without being shiny or sparkly. This is beautiful. The highlight I had on beforehand that I really am surprised, but I love so much, is from Hindash. This is beautiful. This is the gradient highlighter. I have the shade Doll Dynasty. So this is one of those that can be very blinding, but with a soft brush looks beautiful. This is so beautiful. It even works on my nearly 51-year-old skin. My birthday is coming up quickly, and not all powder highlighters work well on my skin anymore. I have to be very careful. I'm very picky with a powder highlight. That's why I tend to go for more of the liquids or the creams, because they sit on my skin just a little bit better. But if you're looking for a powder highlight, I really like this one from Hindash. This one is so beautiful. I'm glad I picked it up, and this shade in Doll Dynasty is perfect. Let's talk about eyebrows. Eyebrows are something I have a particularly difficult time getting just right, because I feel like I have eyebrow hairs to like right about the middle, and then from the middle out, I have very, very few. And so I really have to heavily pencil or pen in my brows. So if we're talking about a pencil, one of my favorite ones this year was this one here from Morphe. This one really surprised me. This is the Nano Brow Pencil. I have the shade Cold Brew. I do have this in my brows today. It gives the tiniest, itty bitty, teeny tiny little hair marks. I love that about it. It's got a spoolie on the other end. I feel like at $11, this is something that I could very easily say, you know, go pick up at Ulta. This is my second one. I don't always repurchase brow pencils, but this is one that I absolutely fell head over heels for. Another one that surprised me is from Make. They were kind enough to send this one to me. This is their Infinite Brow Nano Pencil. Another one that is tiny. We're talking, it looks like it's smaller than 1 millimeter. This is like teensy tiny, itty bitty. The texture of this is a little bit firmer than the one from Morphe. I feel like the Morphe one's a little bit softer. This one's just a little bit firmer, but they both are the same size. I mean, they're tiny, tiny, oh so tiny. You have to be careful not to twist up too much. This one also has a spoolie on the other side, but I wear the shade dark brown in this. Those two pencils, one's more affordable and easier to come by because I can pick it up at my local Ulta. The other one I would have to order, but these are both the sort of pencils that I'm looking for. And these are fantastic. Now, if you're looking for a brow pen, and sometimes I don't have time to sit there and pencil in every little hair, what I do is I pick up this. This is the Mighty Fine Brow Pen from Benefit. It has 3 little prongs that allow you to draw skinny, teeny, tiny little marks, boop, 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 right where you need them, and fill in your brows. This has been amazing. The one thing is if you press too hard, it kind of becomes like almost like one thick line. So you have to be careful that you don't press too hard with this. But I really have liked this. I wish it had a spoolie on the other side. I wear the shade 4.5, but my favorite brow pen of the moment is this one. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Micro Stroke Brow Pen, and it has the tiniest, itty bittiest little pen on one side, and it's a brush tip. It's not a felt tip, and it draws the smallest little hair-like strokes. So I have a combo. These are the strokes from it right here. I have a combo of this and the Morphe in my brows today. And I went through with the Morphe, brushed them out, and then realized that this eyebrow always misses, it needs more color because it has fewer hairs on the other side. So I just went in with this. I was like, you know, let's put a little hair here, a little hair here. And this, what I love about this, the problem I've had with previous brow pens is that when you take the cap off and you touch it down, there's too much product at the end, and it would kind of puddle out, or you'd have to wipe it off on something before you could start drawing. You don't have to do that with this or the one from Benefit. I love that. I feel like brow pens have come a long way. There was a time that I really, really, really liked a couple of brow pens, but I had to do so much stuff just to get it to work just right. And now all I have to do is take the cap off, and I love that. All right, my new favorite brow gel is a clear brow gel. Another one that was sent to me by Make Beauty. This one is so lovely. This is their Infinite Hold Sculpting Brow Gel. I had it in brown, and because I don't have really voluminous brows, it looked a little much. But I love it in the clear. The clear is what I have in my brows today, and when they say infinite hold, oh, they mean infinite hold. Like this. These brows are not going anywhere. They're not moving at all. You just need the smallest amount, and the clear works best for me. So I'll pencil in or pen in my brows the way I want, set them with this, and it's exactly what I'm looking for. I also like how much you're getting because you're getting a ton in here. I mean, it's like the size of a mascara tube, whereas some other products, come in smaller containers, and you definitely have to purchase more often. So I like that. Also, the container is glass, and I think that's a really lovely touch. Eyeliners are something that I'm really trying to find a less expensive option for at the drugstore, but nothing has really come close to my two favorites. The first one I fell in love with this year is this Prada liner. This was new this year. This is the Durable Gliding Eye Pencil, and I have the shade 01 in Wood. It's a beautiful, rich, dark brown, espresso brown. It is so good. I need to sharpen it right now. I'm going to leave the cap on it. But this has been fantastic because when I lay that down and I let it set, doesn't budge. I love that about it. Another one that I really have liked and was a surprise to me is from Hung Van Gogh. This is the Longwear eyeliner, and I have a beautiful brown shade in Soften the Edge. That's this one right here. This is the one that twists up, but what I like is that they do add a sharpener in the end, and I have used this multiple times. So I think this is a really great formula. Another one that once it sets, it doesn't go anywhere. It's what I'm wearing today. I have watery eyes. They're a little bit greasy in the corner, so some formulas get eaten up really easily and really quickly. And these two stay all day long, and I love them for that. I know they're expensive, the Prada more than the Hung Van Gogh, but they're the best two brown eyeliners I've found, and the ones that I continue to reach for. Like, I have other ones that I really love, like the Persona one, but that wasn't something that I tried new for the first time this year. Out of the ones that I tried new for the first time, these two are the ones that I keep coming back to. Favorite new mascara this year was from Lancome. It's the Idole Flutter Extension. I love this mascara. This is my second tube of it. It has a really small wand on it where everything is really close, but as you go through and apply through the lashes, it grabs every single lash. And this is definitely your lengthening formula. This does a great job of making my really short, stumpy lashes look like long and lengthy. I never look like I have amazing eyelashes. I always want to look like I'm wearing falsies, but I don't have the patience for them. So a mascara that gives me length and that builds beautifully, this one is fantastic. Okay, last thing I have for you today are new eyeshadows, ones that I fell in love with this year. First one, when Danessa Myricks launched these Color Fix sticks, I was over the moon. These are so beautiful. These are short little sticks that have a magnetic component where they just pop back in. And they have two shades. One is a foil, one is a metallic. If you happen to have more than one of these, they feel really cool going on as if they're water. But if you happen to have more than one of these, you can mix and match to your heart's delight. But you can tell which one is the foil and which one is the metallic. This is the colorway number 5. I really, really like this formula. This is so beautiful. I wore this so much when I first picked it up. I was wearing it every single day. This is just enough without being overdone because these colors are not like blues or browns. They're really easy kind of champagne-y pinky shades. They work so beautifully. I could wear them every day. And I did. And this was one of my favorite things. What I'm wearing today and absolutely love, I think it's back in stock. I saw it at Sephora. I think Beautylish still has it. I don't know if Danessa Myricks has it, but this is the Lightworks 7 palette. I love this. Look at these colors. I've been in every single one of these. I've worn the blue. I did a video with my youngest where we're both playing in this palette. If you want to see it, I'll link it for you here and in the description box down below. But it's kind of like a tour of this palette where we swatch everything for you and we get a couple of looks out of it. It is absolutely stunning. I'm wearing these 6 colors here today on the eyes, and every time I reach for this, I feel like a more glamorous version of myself. One of the things that I love about this is that you can actually take these little 6 pans out. And this is a mirror, but it's also a lid and it's magnetic. So you can take it like this, or you can stack all 3 of them up and have like a little chunky stack like this. The other thing that's fantastic about these is that you can take out the pans in here. You can take them out, you can rearrange them. If you have last year's Freedom palette that was more rainbow colors, you can mix and match those with this. But this is probably, I think it's the most expensive makeup product that I purchased this year, and the one that I am the most pleased with. Normally really expensive makeup products make me kind of a little bit uncomfortable, especially if I find that I'm not using them. But I use this one a lot. Even for easy everyday looks, because there are mattes in here. You know, we have some beautiful mattes, and then the metallic shades and the multi-chromes. It's just a step above. It's absolutely beautiful. If you're looking for something a little bit easier and you like what I call a boring Betty, a really easy palette that's kind of like a workhorse that'll give you a variety of looks but is very neutral, you're going to love this one from Hung Van Gogh. This right here is the Color Story eyeshadow palette. This is in the colorway New Neutrals, and I love this palette. We've got a really beautiful deep dark brown here, medium tone browns, and then some really beautiful shimmery shades. The kind of vanilla color that's in here is lovely, but the metallics, look at these. Aren't they just stunning? If you need something for every day and you don't want it to be too cool leaning and you don't want it to be too warm leaning, this is what you want, the new neutrals, because it's right smack dab in the middle. You have a few cool things in there, some things that lean a little bit warmer. It's very, very lovely, and it's super easy to use. I was wearing this in my worst of makeup for 2025 because I just couldn't bring myself to wear any of the bad makeup. I was like, no, let's only wear good stuff today. But I love this palette. Last eyeshadow product I have for you is for someone who wants the easiest eyeshadow ever. And a little bit of shimmer, but not too much, very understated, and it's new from Merit. These are the Solo Shadow Sheens, and this is my favorite shade in Glacé. I have two shades, and this is one that I have been using so much. Like I've already got a divot in it, but do you see how pretty it is? It's one of those, it's very close to my skin tone, so it's going to be a little bit hard to see, but it is very much the, wait, is there something on the eye? Is there a little bit of shine there? It is absolutely beautiful. I like how this wears. You can put it on with your finger, you can use a brush, whatever makes you happy. I really like this release from Merit. I feel like it was perfect because the first release of Solo Shadows were all mattes, and I have a ton of them. I have, I think, 5, maybe 6 of the Solo Shadows. And then when they came out with the Solo Shadow Sheens, I was like, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Sometimes I need a little something, but not too much. And this shade in Glacé is my favorite. I do have another one. I like it, but she's my fave. If you're looking for something that's got a little bit of shine, but is very understated, I think you'd like the Solo Shadow Sheens from Merit. All right, that's all I have for you today. If you're asking where are all the lip products, I'm going to do a dedicated video just for lips, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much for watching today. Here's where I want to know, what were the best products you tried this year? What things came into your collection? And they don't have to be new releases, but maybe they entered your collection for the first time this year where you were like, oh my goodness, it blew my socks off. It was exactly what I didn't know I needed. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you've tried any of these products and have your own thoughts, let me know that as well. Thank you so, so much for making the time to watch today. I hope you have an incredible day, and I will see you again soon.